Blog Talk Radio.
It's Cannon Baby coming with the heat. Got Endie Fiya playing in my speakers. Nikhil the host, girl in motion, all the way lit, airway smoking. You can call in, this phone lines open. Rockets are hot like we cooking the roast. Endie Fiya the GOAT, don't ask who the competition is, cause they standing alone popping. When you listening here, you always get what you interviews. Artists, songwriters, authors, and entrepreneurs. Chopping it up with powerful icons who make her influence. Who keep it hotter, this is Endie Fiya. Blazing on yourself, tune in and catch the heat. It don't even matter where you at. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Yeah. Holy moly, this day got Nikhil in my speakers. Girl in motion, get on your feet. Endie Fiya blazing, please keep it coming every week. We too strong, we defeat the weak. Cannon Baby, super speed, we keep it turning to the T. It's too high, a fireman can't put it out 'cause it's too high. Endie Fiya, it's too high, a fireman can't put it out 'cause it's too high. Endie Fiya, yeah. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone, for everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone, for everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone, for everyone. Entertainment, news, daily inspiration for everyone, yeah.
What's good, guys? You are tuned in to another Too Lit Tuesday right here on Endie Fiya with your girl, Nakia. I haven't been in motion in a while. I mean, I have, but for a show, it's been a minute. So I'm trying to adjust. Like I'm mobile, like really mobile. And trying to get situated and looking all around for like all of my, everything, and I don't know where nothing is. Like, let's see. How was your day? My day was interesting. Let me see. I can't find anything. Oh my gosh. Let me see. How was your day? My day was interesting, and I have Jason Pinister out of Philly. He said, he had a good day. Today was Tuesday. Today was great for him. He started a new job on last Thursday, and he's in training, and his day was good. All right, so shout out to Jason. I'm glad that you had a good day. I wish I would have known how your Monday went, and that we could have followed up on a great day. Nevertheless, I'm glad that you had a great day. We have Christian Rules. Christian didn't tell me where he or she was from. Anyway, Christian is Christian is a new dad, so congratulations. His wife gave birth today, so congratulations to Christian. But you didn't tell me where you were from. So you had an amazing day. And is it your first baby? You didn't tell me that. You were giving the details. Oh, man. Well, nevertheless, we here at Endie Fiya say congratulations to you and your spouse on the birth of your new child, wherever you may be. And thank you so much for letting us know how your day went. And then also we have Catherine Jackson. She's out of Jacksonville, Florida. Dang, how was that weather for you last week? She said she had a great day, too. Everybody had good days today. I'm glad y'all had great days. You know what? I know it was. Everybody had awful days yesterday, so you had to follow up with something amazing today. She didn't say why it was great. She just said she had a great day. So I'm glad your day was great. And then Michelle Williams out of Austin, Texas. Everybody was from everywhere today. Michelle Williams out of Austin, Texas. She said her day was so-so. That's she said so-so. So you, Michelle, said so-so. Well, I hope your evening goes better, Michelle, because it's like 5:34. So you're probably just getting off work in Texas, right? So I hope your so-so day turns into a better evening. Go get some ice cream, Michelle. Go get some ice cream. I'm over here on the highway right now, and I got my ice. in 40-degree temperatures, but I got my ice. And so go get some ice cream because I think I'm going to have ice cream a little later this evening. So go get some ice cream, and I hope your evening goes a lot better. So thank you guys so much for checking in. You want to let me know how your day is going. That message line, 646-475-3225. You can drop messages throughout the day. Let us know how your day is going Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Now, don't send me how your day is going on Friday because I'm not going to talk about it on Monday. You know what I mean? I'm not going to talk about it on Monday because it's going to be irrelevant by then, you know? Yeah, but again, thank you so much for checking in and let me know how your day was going. My Tuesday, I didn't hang off the desk today. I got a little work done. You know, I've been a little bit distracted lately because I've been juggling some things. Like I feel like in my previous life, like I must have been a clown for real because I'm such a professional juggler with. I can't even go into details of what I'm juggling right now, but I'm juggling some major things, and I feel like 2023 is really going to be life-changing, really, really life-changing. That's all I'm going to say. And so because of what I'm juggling right now, and it's very distracting at work, and, you know, that's one of the questions I normally ask, you know, my artists, like, how do you stay focused and not allow things to get you distracted? And a lot of the answers I used to get, I think I asked that question to the authors, you know, how do you, when you're writing about the different characters, you know, how do you not allow your mind to go in different directions when you're, you know, writing about so many different characters? But, you know, in life, when you're dealing with so many different people, you know, they can be different characters in your life, you know, how do you not allow yourself to become distracted and stay focused? And so right now that's what I'm juggling, not getting distracted and staying focused. So again, I feel like 2023 is just going to be a major shift for me. So tuned, all right? Today is the 15th of November. So as we announced last night, the December calendar did open up. And I want to say that out of the 12 slots that are available, we got like 3 left. It just opened up at 8 o'clock this morning. So I mentioned yesterday that we were opening up January as well. So January, I was going to give it, you know, a couple days. So I'm going to go ahead and release January tomorrow. All right. So December and January are opening up for interviews. All right. I still have the December Artist Spotlight available. Remember, the Artist Spotlight is not an actual interview. You know, if you're one of those persons, you're a little shy, you don't actually want to come on and do an interview. You may be somewhere where your coverage is a little shady. You know, you may only have like one single, you're brand new, but you want to be in the spotlight. Whatever the case may be, you actually don't come on the show and have an interview. Your music is just in the spotlight. You answer the questions, and we do like a question and answer here on the show without you, all right? But your responses are on the website for the entire month. Your music is in rotation on New Music Mondays for the entire month. That's kind of how the spotlight goes. So if you want that spot for the Artist Spotlight, I do believe that date is December the Monday, December the 5th is the Artist Spotlight. All right, so that date is still available. Just let me know or let Monica know. info@indiefireradio.com. All right. Next week, hold on. I don't have a calendar in front of me. Next week on the 21st, Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Rap Star, Hurricane Cam, same person. He'll be here with us from Philly. And then on Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Too Smooth is going to be here with us. No show on Thursday because it is Thanksgiving. Y'all forgot too, didn't you? I know I did. I thought I had like another week. Yeah, nevertheless, I think I'm going home. Yeah, I think I'm going home. All right, so if you can't make them all, please, please, please do not miss them all right? Super excited to have my guests here with me this evening. Hold on, I had this written down somewhere. I gotta find it. I'm in the back seat trying to go through shuffling papers, and so if you hear me shuffling papers, that's why. I have deaths in family, and so I'm actually headed in that direction. All right. So and I got a driver. All right. So my guest this evening, we talk about guests at the end of the show. We always thank our guests for coming back. We always let them know that their family, once they've been on the show, they're welcome back at any time. They got new music dropping. We want them back. They got a new book that they're releasing. We want them back. They have, a project. Whatever they want to share on Endie Fiya, we want them back. Okay? And several artists, there's been quite a few that have actually said, we coming back. You know what I'm saying? We have several that have been back twice. We have 4 or 5 that have been back 3 times. Monica Bickerstaff, new product releases. She always, wants to come back when she has a huge announcement. Her Amazon release, huge announcements. When she went global, she always wants to come back on Endie Fiya. Each and every person, when they have something huge, and they don't take that for granted when I say your family, and you're always welcome back. And they always want to come back and share with us here on Endie Fiya. I love that because, for me, family is everything. But I've never had anyone to come back for a 4th time. And this is going to be the only person that I allow to come back for a 4th time. This young lady is very special to me. You know how we call people, females, we call each other sis, and whatever. But she is a sister to me in more ways than one. And so she will be the only one that I will allow to come back for the 4th time. If she wants to come back a 5th time, she'll be able to do that as well. She was here with us in our very first year. I'm talking about like the 2nd month. In 2017, she was here. In 2020, she was here January as well as September. And now she's back again here in 2022. I'm talking about R&B sensation, that devastating diva, singer, songwriter, and actress. Some of you might know her as the mashup mama, Cedrina. She's a multifaceted R&B singer, songwriter, and actress, active on the Atlanta scene for quite a few years. Born and raised in the suburbs of Chicago, Illinois, the talented songstress comes from a musical background including church, chorus, and theater arts. Cedrina has a lengthy chart of music along with videos influenced by the likes of Chaka, Prince, and Toni Braxton. Cedrina continues to recreate herself musically and lyrically as she enjoys playing with her live band and collaborative peers. Her upcoming single, and we can say her newly released single, Favorite, which was released on November the 11th, is available on all streaming platforms. Cedrina is definitely one to watch in the upcoming months. Endie Fiya listening audience, I present to you yet again, or to some, and I reintroduce to others, R&B singer, songwriter, and actress, Cedrina.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I am doing
How you been?
Incredible. I've been good. All is well. It's been such a long time since we spoke, so I'm definitely excited to be back. And thank you for that beautiful
we talked earlier today. What are you talking about? We talked earlier today.
What? Before today. It's like we've seen each other in the social media world, but it's been a minute. So anytime I feel like I'm catching up with you, it's always like, but yes, definitely excited to catch up and be back in the Fiya show. Thank you so much. You've always partnered with the
Yes. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Like I said, you are like family. You've been family since day one. You will always be family in more ways than one. So it's always a pleasure to have you here with us. And I don't want to, waste a moment of time. Everybody knows Cedrina. But for those who just may be brand new to Endie Fiya, your bio was just a snippet, or the bio that I read this evening was just a snippet of career. So for those who are just tuning in for the very first time, take them back very briefly to how this all started for you.
Oh, God. So music has, of course, always been ingrained. Growing up in a Baptist church, you just kind of, I think we all got it in us to have the music gene just ingrained. Musical chorus throughout grade school, high school was a given. I did go to college and, have that be a part of my musical development as well, especially with theater art. I think for me, it was honing in on, do I move? My mom moved to Atlanta, Georgia before I did, and so there kind of was already head start or a foundation created for the relocation to Atlanta. But I moved literally 2 weeks after I graduated college, and yeah, I was in my car in my little Pontiac on down 75, 85 in Atlanta, and about the first year or so, I'm going to say I really just kind of got comfortable and familiar with my voice. And even though I've been singing my whole life, most musicians and artists know that you really got to fall in love with your own voice and the microphone to really, perfect the craft of performing. And so I probably did demos about 2 years straight. About 2015, 2016, I released a cover to Maxwell's Fortunate. And from there, it just kind of, it was surprising almost, because it was I knew I had a voice, but the reception behind that cover, people in the Atlanta indie scene were really okay, who is this? At the time, I was introduced to a artist who I then would go on to do his backing vocals. He was a part of a DJ collective here by the name of Work Crew that's really popular in the indie music underground scene. And so I did backing vocals for that artist for about the next year and a half. And then 2017, I dropped my first single, Pieces. 2017 was just an incredibly beautiful year, and I don't take a moment of this music life for granted just because, I've only been really doing music consistently since my first drop in 2017. And I feel like I've seen so much and have yet so much more to experience. But I know that I've seen things early on in my career, which I'm very grateful for. And so to me, that's a sign that I'm on the right path to success. That includes having festival lineups. I've been a part of A3C Music Conference and Festival here in Atlanta. BT, Lifetime, I've done TV, People magazine publications. I've been on tour with music, Soho House in New York. There's just been so many crazy things that I've seen and that I've done already, and that kind of is okay, what's next? There's more. So I'm always looking for the next thing, but music has been, it's fun, but, it's definitely a journey. I'm not going to sit here and say it's all, peaches and cream, but I think just from 2017 now, dropping my first single, I've dropped my debut EP, All for Nothing, in 2019, my sophomore EP, Black Butterfly, in 2020, last time we spoke. Mm-hmm. This latest release, Favorite, is the first single drop in 2 years, and that doesn't necessarily mean that I haven't been working on music in the last 2 years, but once again, anybody who really understands this life, we're human, so I think just in light of COVID and the way that everything shifted and changed for artists, and just the music community, it kind of like sent me into a spiritual warfare, if you will, just to figure out where I wanted to be in my journey, the things that I wanted to promote with my brand, the type of not only female artist or, you know, just artists in general that I wanted to be sought out in the game as, but I've been very intentional with the way that I move and with my baby, and it's given me a lot of time to really hone in and, you know, of course, perfect my craft and work. I've been in the studio these past 2 years. You know, I dropped a promo single before this last release, and I've been having fun, but I've more importantly have been taking my time, and now I'm capitalizing off the essence of, but I've been growing in so many ways, more than one, that I feel like listeners would grow to appreciate as they start to get this new music.
Oh,
so yeah, I've been busy.
Ooh. Ooh, I'm sorry. I was actually taking notes as you were talking, and I want to go back to something you said because I feel like a lot of us, with so much that has transpired in the past 3 years, a lot of us have had to tap into, no matter what your religion is, a lot of us have really had to tap into our faith.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing everything that is going on in the world, and really hone in with our own selves. And so I completely understand when you say you've been going through a spiritual warfare. We don't talk about religion too much on the show or politics, but sometimes I have to go in whatever direction I'm moved to go in. Feel like that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's important that you stay still.
Mm-hmm.
And in that 2-year time span, you know, that 2-year time span, you said that you were still working on music, you were still in the studio, but it's important that we stay still and we listen.
Yeah.
We allow the Creator to work in us and through us.
Yeah.
I have really bad chronic insomnia, and people say, oh, my gosh, what do you do? You know, I'm up 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., I can't sleep. And I have twice a year, like clockwork, I have 3 weeks of sleep where I can't sleep at all. I mean, I literally get maybe 6 hours of sleep in that 3-week time span. And people say, how do you function? How do you function? 3 weeks and you get 6 hours of sleep in 3 weeks? How do you function? And for me, time when I literally have to be still. It's like a rebirthing process for me. I have to be still and allow Him to speak to me. So I completely understand when you say you've been going through a spiritual warfare and you want to make sure that you're creating music that, especially as women in this industry, we want to make sure that we're putting out music that is going to be of substance for the generations that are coming up behind us, that we want to be able to put out a message that is going to be uplifting, that's going to be powerful, that's going to be motivating, that's going to be inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But during those 3 weeks, I have to be still and allow him to pour into me so that when I come out on the other side of that 3 weeks, I'm able to pour back into other people.
Yeah.
So I get it. I get it.
Absolutely.
I get it. I want to talk about your new music. I want to talk about your new music. That red cover. Let's say that red cover, because that red cover. That's all I'm gonna call it. That red cover. All right. When I first got it, I got it before it. I got some people that work behind the scenes, so I got it before it was even released. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah. Woo. Now, I know it was promo. But let's talk about that. The creative process is behind that. First of all, people are like the red cover. What's the red cover? Let's tell them about the red cover.
So the promo single in question was entitled SWU, and that was an acronym for the F word, which
right.
And that was one of those records that I was working on in this 2-year gap, and I kind of wrestled with, going through the proper channels to release it as a single across all platforms. Obviously, one being that the hook was the melody was completely from Trey Songz's Cake. And so it's kind of like the female response for his Cake song. And so it's like, if you want to have your cake too, well, am I tripping if I F with you? And it was just that. But that song, like most people, if most artists are not taking the inspiration from our own situations, it's from a situation close around us. So for me personally, that was, I call that a song out of pandemic dating. And, just different experiences with dating are always kind of like either jolting, they're triggering, they're amazing, there are many things, right? And so this particular situation, it was the audacity of someone basically proposing the polygamous lifestyle. And that's no shade to anyone that's, that lives that lifestyle. But for me, I just know I'm a little selfish with mine. And so ain't no way. Like, me personally, I can't do it. And so that song really stemmed out of the nature of, like, listen, you want me to be your man, but you want me to, watch you like you do what you do. And it's like, you want to have your cake and eat it too. I got to sit and watch you do all these hoochies. Like, what? Are you dumb, stupid?
I'm sorry. I got to laugh. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing because I had no idea. I love the song, but I had no idea the premise behind the song was like in this direction. Like somebody pulled this shit on me yesterday. You know what I'm talking about? Yesterday. So it's mad funny. You know what I'm talking about? Carry on. Go ahead.
Too many of us women are often proposed with less, and it's like we don't have to accept that, but it's like, damned if I do, damned if I don't. If I take it, then it's like, yeah, I get to keep my man, but just to say that, no, you can go on your way because my man will be out the door, like, I'm good. So it's like, I feel like it was a song that was relative to women no matter the situation. And I mean, that's any gender. It could be relative to anybody in that situation, but it's a familiar feeling that we all know and at least have experienced, if not, somebody trying to put that trajectory on us. And so I just kind of got tired. One day I was like, and petty Betty. So, you know, men already know. Hey, my heart, what Kendrick say? I'm going to put you, stop playing with me before I turn you to a song. So it's like, you know, I kind of just, that was my way of not going off on him, not, you know, trying to get my lick back or do the crazy show up at the club doing it other women. I don't even need to do all that. You'll feel my presence, and you'll feel my presence with my life as my actions. I don't even need to say or do anything. But the song definitely, I think, hit a nerve. But it was, yeah, I'm going to go in the studio, I'm going to record how I feel. And the version that everybody else got was the hook and the verse, the first verse, first hook. But there was actually an extended version of the song in which you never know. Listeners, there's so much great reception on that single. The YouTube video, the performance video, has amassed over 50,000 streams. So I was excited for that just in preparation for this favorite release. But, yeah, the reception's been great. People want to hear the extended version. So who knows? The single may actually come in the new year. Well, stay tuned. So, yeah. That's my baby, F with you. I love the single. It's sassy. It's, you know, it's giving Mary J. Blige, Keisha Cole. You know, that type of music where they were really in it, but it was like a good love song. It's one of those for sure. One of those for sure. But yeah,
I want to get into it since we're right here talking about it. I had no idea that's what it was about. Kind of makes me want to send it off to him, let him hear it. Yeah, but I definitely want to get into it. But you were saying shout out to the producer. Who produced this?
His name is Bugatti Beach out of South Carolina. So shout out to him. So guys,
let's get into it. You guys have heard it. We've had it in rotation for a minute. But if you're brand new, you're listening for the very first time, this is FWU. Cedrina, tell me what you think about it.
I've been ducking off for some weeks, baby. Just a little peace of mind. I let you take my kindness for weakness. Kinkies expired on the inside. You gon' fuck around and find out about me. Through the ups and downs, I held it down. Don't act surprised when I leave. There's a lot of things that I could say. I stay in pocket, there's a time and play, yeah. Let's believe you gon' see that you can play that game, yeah. Baby, this may sound rude. You can't expect more when you ain't giving half of mine. Different, but I want you. I know it's toxic, but I want you here, baby. One life, just true. Instead of lost cause, I might have to talk. Oh, you wanna have your cake. Am I tripping if I fuck with you? Oh yeah. Am I tripping if I fuck with you? If I fuck with you, am I tripping if I fuck with you? Am I tripping? Oh, you wanna have your cake and eat it too. Am I tripping if I fuck with you?
FWU. What you guys think? Somebody's in a message saying, where's the rest of it? Guys, you know, all you do is you get just a little bit. You want just a little bit, enough to say, where's the rest of it? You know, you want to be wanting more. That leads you up to the next song. All right, remember now, this is just a promo track, all right? All right, guys. If you're just tuning in, you're live right here on Endie Fiya with Nakia and my very special guest, R&B singer, songwriter, actress, Cedrina. Let me ask you a question, Cedrina. Because we go way, 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 way back, guys. This is our 6th season, our 5th year. Cedrina was fortunate to be one of our very first guests, like the first or second month of Endie Fiya in 2017. But I know Cedrina by way of her mother, actually. How's your mother doing? I haven't spoken to her in a while.
She's doing good.
But
yes. Still taking the world
doing
over
good?
a day at a time. She's doing good. She sends her hellos. Yes.
Good. I gotta get up with her before the end of the year is out. Yeah, I love me some Rhonda. Rhonda Renee. So shout out to you. I know she's somewhere listening. Shout out to you, Rhonda Renee. But I definitely got to get up with you and get down to Atlanta and cause some trouble with you before the end of the year, because, I might be tied down next year. And I might not be able to get out the house next year. So with that being said, I'm sorry. I have so many messages coming in. People are still sending out how their day went today. So it's good to know that, yes, ATL's checking in. Yes, people are having great days today. I'm glad your day went a lot better than it went yesterday. Thank you for letting me know you had a great day today. Thank you so much. But that's over with. No more check-ins, all right? No more check-in, guys. But if you're just tuning in, you're live here on Endie Fiya with Nakia, my guest, Cedrina. If you want to call in and talk to the guest, the number's 929-477-1320. You know what? That's why nobody could call in last night. I was giving out the wrong number. My bad. 929-477-1320. I got like 27 numbers in front of me, and they're really small tonight, but I just realized I was giving out the wrong number. My apologies. I'm so sorry. Cedrina, what would you say has been the biggest barrier for you as an independent artist? You've been in the industry for some time now, and I know that as women in this industry, we face a lot of challenges, but as independent artists, we face additional challenges. Grammy noms were today. There were a lot of snubs, a lot of unexpected snubs. But as independent artists, we get snubbed more so often than others do because we're independent. But then as women, there are additional challenges that we face as well. But for you, what would you say has been the biggest barrier that you've had to overcome as an independent artist?
Well, there's a few things. I think in lieu of like today, as for example, with the Grammy noms, Summer Walker is a great example to use in this situation.
Yes.
Phenomenal artist, phenomenal songwriter, phenomenal vocalist, and the fact that, she's had so much success, in the recent years is just an example of how being a woman, but being a conscious woman in the industry can get you snubbed in the wrong way. And I really feel like, the Grammys is already rigged, but Summer's too smart for the agenda. And so you really can't snub her because she's already winning. And so we'll just leave it at that. But I think on the indie side, I'm not going to lie, I've been blackballed because I won't feed into the sexual advances of the gatekeepers of Atlanta. And, just if we're being frank, the music industry or the music circuit in Atlanta is very closed because it's like everyone either looks out for their own, but it's like once people get on, everything is so clout-based and it's for show. And even like now, if I'm not posting a right cheek on social media platforms, my music is overlooked. My talent is overlooked. I post a billboard, you know, and everyone goes crazy, but more people are watching than saying anything, liking, commenting, and sharing. And so people only love you when it's beneficial. And it's very true to fact, because it's like, you know, the gaslighting, if you come in the industry in one way, people, it's kind of like the old Hollywood Black Book. You know, they put these women's names, these famous Hollywood actresses, in this Black Book of who they can have sex with, or, you know, who, you know, whatever the case. And then it's like your name gets around. I don't want that for myself. You know, I want to be respected for my talent, be respected for my contributions to music. And so it's like you can't force me into doing anything that I don't want to do. But even more than, you know, it's like I'm human, so when I'm dating, I typically try to stay away from other people in the industry. And it's like, you know, at the same time, it's like sometimes I prefer that, because it's like someone who understands the sacrifice, the time restraints, the commitment that it takes. But it's like sometimes that's kind of been a doozy in the door too, because when you're dating people in the same industry as you, you know, I've come across the men who have tried to be in competition with me or snub opportunities that come my way and take them on for themselves. Things get real weird. So I think just as far as on the indie artist side, we have to be very intentional with making sure all of our T's are marked and crossed, because it's cool to be a creative, but if we don't have the business sense to keep the boat going, it's pointless to even do it, especially on the indie side, because we're the force, we're the boat. If not us, the team of people that we have around us is the only thing that keeps the music going. And so it's important to hone in on the creative part just as much as it is the business part. I think just the biggest thing is like the gaslighting and, you know, the advances from the gatekeepers, because sometimes that can get kind of weird. And then it's like, you know, these people that would give opportunities to bigger artists, or, you know, sometimes it's a gender thing, because men don't have to worry about the advances as much as the women do, you know. And if we say no, then it's like the chances are, or the opportunities are taken away from us, or, you know, things are done to spite us. So sometimes it could just get weird, but I'm covered. I'm favored regardless.
And I know your mother. I know your mother has got to be there looking out for you as well, making sure, you know, that a lot of this is not going to happen, and that a lot of this is not, you know, occurring.
Yeah, absolutely. Moms don't take no mess, so, you know, thankfully she's put out, or, you know, not even, it hasn't even gotten to the point where it was a fire yet, because she just saw it, you know, she'll see things in the door and be like, and, you know, I mean, that's just, it's yeah, and it's necessary. It's necessary. And I think that goes for any indie artist, male or female, you know. I think we always need to keep our eyes open, because people will try to take advantage of you, you know, when it comes to these contracts, when it comes to these deals, when it comes to these opportunities. You know, at this point, it's like, I've been doing this for so long, it's almost getting to a point where it's like, okay, I need to start expanding outside of Atlanta to get my worth, because the quality that I'm giving, you know, I should be getting compensated for that, you know. And sometimes if you're not one of these A-list artists, you know, that media decides to promote, then you are often overlooked when there's so much talent out there. When people try to have that conversation that R&B is dead, I'm like, we're not talking about the same R&B, because there's so many incredible artists, both big, indie or not, that have so much to contribute, but they're often overlooked. So it's just, you know, people got to open their eyes and, you know, open their ears up and be receptive to something other than what's being pushed in front of them.
So you made a statement. You said that you feel like you need to get out of Atlanta. What's stopping you? If you know what's going on, you know what's going on in Atlanta. I mean, what's stopping you? What's holding you back? You know that you're bigger. than Atlanta.
You know, absolutely. You know that I went to New York. For
right.
the viewers and the listeners, you know, I took a work opportunity. You know, my career, my professional background is in real estate. So, you know, I took a job opportunity with the hopes and efforts to, you know, kind of tap into that New York market. And this all happened months before COVID. So nobody was expecting COVID to come out and be like, hey, I'm here. But, you know, nevertheless, it happened. So I think New York was just a timing thing. I don't know what's next for me. So New York definitely taught me that wherever I decide to go next, I know that Atlanta is not the final stop for me, but wherever I do decide to go next, I think I would just, a lesson that I learned from the New York move, do a little bit more research, tap into a market and an audience that would work for me. I feel like for me to move, it would have to be me really tapping into my artist demographic and understanding where I have a solid audience base, where I have a good fan base that loves me, loves my music, and how can I make that work to my benefit. Atlanta's housing market, you know, it's just as expensive, if not as Houston, New York, or some of these places in LA. So there's really nothing keeping me here. It's just a matter of where to next. But I definitely feel in, you know, the coming year or so that the opportunities will present themselves. So I'm speaking into existence. It'll happen. It's just a matter of when it's supposed to happen.
And so in the meantime, I know that you have a very creative team working behind you. And so as you're tapping into those audience demographics and you're seeing, you know, where they're located at, make sure that you're getting those shows in those locations. And, you know, with the real estate background, you're able to get those shows and, you know, scout out these locations and see what it's all about as you're there, you know, on those tour stops. I mean, even if it's, you know, 1 or 2 nights here and 1 or 2 nights, get a weekend here and get a weekend there and, you know, just fill out the different areas so that your headspace is not stuck in Atlanta. You know, sometimes we got to step out on faith. You already know that you're bigger. You're already visioning bigger and better for you. Your mother is visioning bigger and better for you. So the mentality, you gotta think bigger, be bigger, do bigger, and you can't wait until it falls in your lap. You gotta act upon it now. You gotta make things happen now. Little by little, you gotta make things happen now. So whatever it takes, the people that's behind you, activate those people so that things can begin to happen for you. Put some spark up under their asses so it can happen for you.
Listen, I heard. Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely. It's coming.
I feel like I can keep it real with you. I don't know, because I feel like you're like my daughter. You know what I mean? I feel like I can keep it real with you. Unlike these other artists that get up on the show, when we are hesitant in our own moves, we block our blessings. Thank you. When we are hesitant in things that we see positioning in front of us, we block our own blessings.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not trying to block them. I just know that, you know, preparation. I think, you know, I'm such an impulsive person, and sometimes that could either work for me or against me, especially when it comes to my music. So it's like now it has to be a matter of taking a calculated risk to earn the reward. And so you hit it spot on. Definitely marketing and doing those shows will help me kind of pinpoint, you know, what's the best placement for me to be. I know there's so much coming. especially with all these projects that I'm working on. And so you said something earlier, you just have to be still. And I feel like this year has been my grind year. It's been my still year. I have had to focus and have an abundant amount of focus on top of that to really kind of like pinpoint what it is I want, how I want it to be done, when I want it to be pushed, and things like that. So it's like, I've kind of taken a gamble on myself. I'm not in the real estate field, and I don't think that that's even something that I want to go back to, just because it's like it to give so much time and attention to a 9-to-5 takes away from my craft on music. And so it's like, as long as I can find other ways, I'm stepping into entrepreneurship to replace that 9-to-5 lifestyle. And it's like, you just have to make it work for you. But it's a serious gamble, and it's a serious calculated risk. But it's like, if you're intentional behind it, there's no choice but to work. And I'm there. So, it's exciting. It's scary in the same breath, but I'm more excited than I am fearful, if that makes sense. So
I understand. But as long as you have a purpose and you are passionate about it, the Lord will always ignite you with the fuel that is needed to continue to burn that passion.
Absolutely.
He will continue to allow you to walk within your purpose. It's just up to you to determine, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up every morning, and I'm going to do this. Like, this is all I got left in me.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. And that's how I feel. I get to wake up and just truly be free to do what I love to do most. And that freedom alone is so important to me. So, I don't take it for granted. I think as I'm getting more accustomed with the way that I want things to be, I have so much respect and just, I try to give myself grace, because I'm definitely my toughest critic. I'm so hard on myself. It's not to the point of perfecting everything or I'm, an overdrive OCD, but it's just I want things run a certain way, and I'm sensitive about my craft, right? So it's like, I get to be a creative, but like I said before, understanding the business fundamentals is like, okay, I really got to handle that now, and I have to be 10 toes down and stand on my business and stand in my decisions. And so it's, it's stressful. I'm the artist, I'm the curator, I'm the business, I'm the developer, I'm the visionary, but it's a crazy, mad, beautiful, it's crazy beautiful. I'll say that. So there's good and bad, but it's like, this is what I signed up for. This is what I've been itching to do for so long, and to have the liberty to do this and, do as I please, come and go when I want. It's like, okay, no time to complain. Just do it. And it's paying off. So, for that, I'm grateful.
Now, you said one thing and all of that I kind of sort of got to disagree with. And all of that, all right, and all of that, we want to make sure that, and I started doing, I got a little distracted because I was trying to take on my own, but yet I was posting that we should be able to delegate responsibilities, okay? I have a team behind me. But yet I was trying to do everything on my own. I have a social media manager. I have an assistant. I have a producer now. We have a studio. But yet I'm still trying to do everything on, and I probably forgot 2 people, but I'm still trying to do everything on my own. Okay? And that's what you just talked about. You're trying to be the songwriter. You're trying to be the entertainer. You're trying to go in the studio. You're trying to curate. You're trying to do it all. You're trying to manage yourself and still have fun and still have a life and still set up tours. And you can't do it all. You have to learn how to delegate responsibilities. You can't do it. You can't do it all. I understand the word is called independent artist. But you can't do it all. You can't do it all. You have to learn to delegate. You got to learn to delegate responsibilities. And the good thing about delegating responsibilities is when you tell people, look, you're my manager. I want you to, be in charge of social media marketing. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be in charge of the running, going. You get the coffee, you know what I'm saying? You can be the videographer. You can be the photographer. And I want this to be done this way, and I want this to be done that way. And all of a sudden, everybody's arguing, and you know what and you can walk away. I've already told you what I need you to do. I already told you what I want you to do. You can walk away. Y'all can argue amongst yourself. You could just walk away. I've delegated responsibilities. This is off my shoulders. This is off my head. This is out of my head. Mentally, I'm going to be able to breathe today because I've delegated this responsibility. I don't have this on my shoulders today. You have to be able to delegate responsibilities and be able to be okay with allowing other people to help you.
Yeah.
Everybody wants what's best for Cedrina. They all want what's best for Cedrina. At the end of the day, they all want what's best for you. But you have to be able to delegate responsibilities. As an independent, you can't do it on your own. Too much wear and tear on your body. Mentally, that's too much. It's just too much. We want Cedrina, the amazing R&B singer. we need you to, in front of the camera. We need you singing. We can't have you doing everything else, right? And knowing the business, but we need other people doing everything else for you. Let me ask you one question, and I want to jump into this favorite song of mine now. I know that you've done so many amazing things. I saw the last spread that you did. And I had an artist on my show not too long ago who actually was a background singer for someone pretty famous. I'm not going to name drop, but he sings background for her. My guest last night has done some background singing for a lot of celebrities. And that's something that she mentioned was the highlight of her career. And this is the question I've been asking a lot of people now. What has been the highlight of their career? And it has been opening for mainstream artists for some odd known reason. So I want to ask you that question now. What's been the highlight of your career lately?
That's a good question.
Have you opened up for any mainstream artists?
I have not, but it's in progress, and I don't want to. There is no jinxing it because I know it's going to happen, but I'll just say that to answer your question, the publications have been cool, and I'm so grateful for those opportunities. I just don't feel like they were necessarily a highlight of my career, per se.
Okay.
But, so to answer your question, I don't think that I've stepped into that realm yet. But what I will say is, though it hasn't happened yet, it is. And the opportunities that are lined up for the new year, I am manifesting to work with if not directly, one of my greatest musical influences, someone a part of that musical. Listen, I don't want to say it. Because I don't want to jinx it. All I'm gonna say is,
let me go. Let me read the Bible. Chaka Khan, well, not Prince. Toni Braxton. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. Chaka Khan or Toni Braxton? Which one? Toni Braxton?
The Braxtons. I'm not gonna say if, when because it's gonna happen. I am
the whole Braxton family.
Not the whole family, but there are talks to have a gig in the coming weeks, if not the new year, with Tamar, and so I'm very excited for that. Yes, I'll keep you posted on the details, but
girl. Yeah. I'm gonna be there, girl. I'm gonna be there. I'm coming, girl.
That's a big deal for me. So it's just like,
me too, girl.
Get to listen. God willing, it's gonna happen, and so I can't wait to see it come to fruition. I'm That's all I can say is yes. So I'm just staying humble, guarded, and focused to make this come reality. And that would be a dream come true. And I just feel like, once I'm in the room, the rest will take care of itself from there. And so I'm very humbled to even be, surrounded amongst people who can make that opportunity happen. For me, that would be an all-time highlight of my career. Absolutely. So when it does happen, we'll revisit that. And I'll be able to say, I've reached a highlight in my career that, I can gladly, detail. But for me, it hasn't happened yet. And so that just means I have work still left to be done. And I'm okay with that.
The doors that will be opened at that point, all the doors, watch how everything, it's in the atmosphere now. Now. And the doors now that will open for you. You talked about seeing outside of Atlanta.
Yeah.
So the doors now that will begin to open for you once this happens. Go ahead and start speaking things into existence. Go ahead and start creating that vision board.
Mm-hmm.
Putting places on that vision board. Drop the places that you want to. The places that you want to see your name in. Put them on the vision board.
Yeah. I will. But yes. Very excited.
Whew. Girl, let me get into this newly released track, released on last Friday, 11/11/22. Guys, favorite. Let's talk about favorite really quickly. When you sat down to write favorite, was there an idea in mind? Now, I've already listened to it, something that I normally don't do, guys. You already know I don't do that. I don't listen to tracks all the way through, but I did from beginning to end. Was there an idea in mind? What was your thought process when you said, I'm going to sit down and create this? I want my listening audience to feel this, when they finish listening to this. What did you have in mind for favorite?
So you personally, you've listened to my catalog, and, you know, when I think about the great music R&B legends that come before us, you know, Patty can sing down a song, and it has sensual undertones, but it's just so melodic in the way she makes it sound. You don't even, you're not even paying attention to what she's really talking about.
Exactly.
Though you know it.
Exactly.
Same thing with Prince. That kind of was like, okay, when my writing process came about, those are the type of, like, songs I was like, okay, I want to create a song that's going to create the ambience, but it has that undertone, but it's so melodic, and you just feel the song. And that, for me, that's my biggest, like, is the audience or the listener going to feel this? If they don't feel it, I don't feel it. I'm not singing it. And so when it came to the actual writing process, my mom co-wrote on this, and a phenomenal writer out of Atlanta, Tori Anderson, also helped co-write the song. And it just, the first verse, honestly, if I ever catch myself ad-libbing, I always take out my voice note or my voice recorder on my phone, and I'll just record whatever lines, bars, whatever. If it turns to be a poem, a thought, whatever. And so I kept with this, you know, what's your favorite? I'm like, okay, the chocolate punter. I'm like, okay, all right. But then line by line, the song really started to come together and create its own, just me really like, okay, there's so much toxic music out, and, you know, for the guys and for the girls, we can talk about, you know, shoulda, coulda, did this, but I feel like especially for my generation, there's not enough music to where we're promoting Black love. And for me, that was a really big thing, because it was like, I don't want to just talk about the toxic part of it. Like, you know, the promo single kind of did that. Let me talk about, like, actually being in love, or, you know, comparing love to something sweet, relatable, and that, you know, in this case is your favorite. It could be your favorite kind of candy, your favorite kind of wine, your favorite thing compared to your favorite person. So the song came from an Instagram producer. I'd never met him a day before in my life. Guy sent me a beat. Shout out to Ladestro, phenomenal producer. He kept sending me beat packs, and last year a song had went that I was really interested in. I was like, you know what, next song, I'm not going to sleep on it. If I want it, I'm going to just buy the song out, whatever, write to it. So I probably got the song, the instrumental, back in March of this year, and just kind of played with it for a few months. I actually went in the booth in May, June-ish of this year, recorded the track, and from there, you know, we were probably done with mixing and mastering by August of this year, and the song just came together. It gives, especially if you really, if listeners, if you make it to the end of the song, the jazz solo that is created at the end kind of takes you back into that Renaissance, modern day type of R&B. It definitely has those 90s melodic undertones. You'll hear a little bit of that Fantasia reference in there.
Yes.
It's just, this is probably one of my, no pun intended, but one of the most favorable projects I've ever worked on and that I've ever touched, just simply because it's so beautifully written, and I really am proud of the way that it's orchestrated, that it's just, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of the way that everything came out. And so for the writing process to, you know, be as quick as it was, I said this before, I know when a beat speaks to me, I can easily just write off the top of my dome and it just flows. If I kind of struggle with the writing process, I'm not really connected to the song, but I was instantly connected to this. And every time I sing it, every time I perform it live, it just, I feel it more and more, but it's the reaction that I get, and it's like, okay, yeah, I did right by this one.
All right. Here you go, guys. Tell me what you think about it. This is Favorite by Cedrina.
Tell me how much you like it, babe. What's your favorite candy and how it lays? What's your favorite? What's your favorite? Oh, it's chocolate, babe. Sweetest kiss I've ever tasted on my lips. Sugar coated like the way I'm melting on your body. See you now, it's your sweetest and I'm never can have just a little. Love the way you say how to flavor, but I'm no favorite. How you lie. That's what I like. That's what you like. That's what I like. See, baby, you're no liquor, you're wine. You pull me out till I can't take it no more. Till I can't take it. Lately we've been hanging out, and every time I see you, I feel so sensation, every pain all over me. Not a fantasy, I'm your favorite. Oh, I'm not sedated. This is real for me. Is it real for you? 'Cause I feel it too, and every word is true. Ain't nobody got nothing on you, baby. That's what I like. That's what you like, baby. That's what I like. That's what I like. Hey, baby. You know I love it when you do that thing you do. You know what thing you do. That's it. Right there. Right there. That's what you like, baby. That's what you like, baby. That's what you love, baby. That's what I
Ooh, guys, what do you think? What do you think? We got a hit? I already know the answer. I don't have my producer to give me the thumbs up tonight, but I already know what I think. My favorite, Cedrina. Look, and I have so many Cedrina favorites, so yeah, it's a hard one, but yeah, that's close to the top of my favorites. Yes, favorite Cedrina, newly released. Tell them where they can get favorite. Tell them where they can get FWU. Can they even get that?
Yes, so the single was released exclusively on AudioMac and SoundCloud, so it's downloadable there. If you're looking for the visuals, you can tap into my YouTube. That's Cedrina, Cedrina. The video is up and live. The video for Favorite will also be debuting November 25th, Black Friday. That's next Friday. If you love the song, when I tell you this video, oh my God, just please
Her videos don't disappoint.
Subscribe.
None of her visuals have ever disappointed, guys. None of them have ever disappointed. That's all I'm going to say. None of them have ever disappointed. So it doesn't matter if you don't like the song. Just go to YouTube. None of her visuals have ever disappointed. None of them. Okay? None of them. Take my word.
Just subscribe at this point because you won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah.
Favorite, of course, is out on all streaming platforms. If you search Cedrina, Favorite, Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Apple Music, Tidal, everywhere, every streaming platform, it's now available. My social media, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram. It's Cedrina, Cedrina. All of my handles are also on there as well. And yeah, run it up, send it to a friend. This is a song you can send to your grandma that I feel like Granny wouldn't be offended by. And she'd be like, oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah, it's one of those. So send it to a friend, press play, add it to your playlist, stream it up, run it up, favorite. Now,
most definitely make it your favorite. She's already given you all of her contact information. Guys, go check out the latest news. Apparently, Blueface has been arrested for attempted murder in Las Vegas. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. That's all I got for you this evening. I don't even have to give Cedrina the spill. She knows that she is family. She is welcome back at any time. Guys, make sure that you are back here Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Wait, today's Thursday? No, today's Tuesday. Yes. Oh, my gosh. Make sure that you're back here Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with myself and Misunderstood. Thank you. Thank you for that quick message. Misunderstood will be here with us on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See. Until then, guys, Cedrina, thank you so much for joining us here this evening. This was a very enlightening conversation. Make sure that you tune in to any streaming platform. You'll be able to hear the playback show. This was an amazing interview tonight, an amazing interview. So if you missed any of it, just go catch it on any streaming platform. All right, guys? We'll see you on Thursday. Have an amazing night.
Entertainment, daily inspiration for everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Entertainment, news, daily inspiration for everyone.